Congress nor the VA should be an obstacle to affording a veteran potentially life-saving mental health treatment.
That's, of course, Iowa Senator Joni Ernst giving her maiden speech to the U.S. Senate last night. She focused on veterans' mental health treatment and introduced a bill that would make it easier for vets to get care at non-VA clinics. And joining us live this morning from Washington, D.C. is Senator Joni Ernst. Good morning, Senator. Thanks so much for being with us today. And you, of course, focused last night on veterans' needs for your first speech in the Senate. So what prompted you to introduce the bill last night?
Well, there is a great need for this across the United States. We have many veterans that are returning back to civilian life, and when they do have the need for mental health care, they are attempting to go to the VA, but the VA is estimating that on average the wait time for those mental health appointments is 36 days, and that is far too long for our veterans to wait for that type of care.
Yeah, and we just heard from you this morning, actually about 20 minutes ago, that you have Senator Chuck Grassley backing this bill as well. Who else is on board to help move this forward?
Yes, those initially signing on to this bill as I presented it yesterday. Senator Grassley, of course, a great partner with me in Iowa. Senators Tillis of North Carolina and John Cornyn of Texas. We are the initial group proposing this bill. We do have other senators that have already stated they are ready to get to work on this bill and also be co-sponsors.
What's the prognosis for it? What step does it go from here? I mean, what's the next step for you in pushing it forward?
Well, again, working with other members to make sure they understand exactly what the bill does, getting additional co-sponsors, and then working it through the committee process and then onto the floor of the Senate. So it's a great opportunity for our veterans. It is something that is very much needed. Concerned Veterans for America have also endorsed this bill, as well as the Wounded Warriors Project.
What do you see the trickle-down effect being for people here in Iowa? Obviously, we've had some of our own struggles with the VA care system here in Iowa. What do you see that impact being here in your home state?
Well, I hope it is a positive impact. This bill will allow veterans, if they feel that they are not receiving adequate mental health care, the time wait is too long for the VA, they can go to a non-VA provider and get immediate treatment, which is exactly what we need. We are losing approximately 22 veterans to suicide every day, and we cannot let this happen. We must do everything that we can to make sure these veterans are receiving the health care they need. So I think the impact in Iowa and our other states is going to be very, very positive.
All right, well, we last spoke to you, I think it was during your first couple of days in D.C. right after you were sworn in. What would you say you've learned since then about being a U.S. Senator and moving this kind of legislation forward for Iowans?
Lots of hard work, and it's wonderful. We're working with members of our own conference, of course, on bills, but our colleagues across the aisle as well. Any piece of good legislation is worth working hard for, and I believe this piece of legislation is worth that. So we'll put a lot of hard work in for Iowans about that.
All right, well, U.S. Senator Joni Ernst from Iowa, thanks for joining us live this morning here on TV9. We appreciate it.
Thank you.